Hello everybody, how are you? And welcome to the last taste of summer. Isn't that the truth, right? Into August and it's winding down. I hope everybody survived the hurricane and did well. We're fortunate enough here that we did okay. And glad we can have our food festival today. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to have it. So all you libraries, thank you for always joining. All you patrons, thank you for always watching. My name is Chef Rob and Chris is here. And Chris wants to tell you a little bit about the Wi-Fi. Just a little, just because it has been a little spotty.
Yeah, so like if the Wi-Fi ends up going out for anyone on here or for us and the live stream ends, just join right back in because there's always the possibility that just because of the bad weather we've been having that it could go out. So we will come back on if there is an issue.
Okay, thanks Chris. So everybody, we're going to start with the West Coast salad, and it's got some fresh corn, some avocado, and shrimp in it, okay? If you don't eat shrimp, leave them out, okay? And I got my small bowl with me here.
Yeah, Dollar Tree, right?
Dollar Tree, yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole bunch of vegetables and shrimp in here. We're going to go out to the barbecue and grill this. I'm going to start off with some zucchini. So I'm just going to take 2 whole zucchinis. Just cut these little ends right here off. Okay. And then we're just going to split this right down the center. And we're going to go grill these outside. Put these, everything goes right in the bowl. A little bit different. Put that right in here. 1 ear of corn. Now, this is a salad where if you want to change it around, you want 2 ears, it's fine. Okay, you want 1 zucchini, you do 1 zucchini. It's all good. And we're also going to take some romaine lettuce. And you just want to take some of the outer leaves off here. And we're going to actually grill the lettuce. I'm sure we've had a few people out there that have had a grilled lettuce salad. It's really, really good. We're just going to split this right down the center, just like this. So we want to keep it intact. Like that. And now the shrimp, 6 to 12, depending on if they're extra large or they're colossal shrimp. Colossal shrimp, really big. They're about 5 to 8 to a pound. These are about 15 to a pound, so I'm using about 12 of them. So I'm just going to put these right in here as well. We're going to coat this really good with some extra virgin olive oil because we want that barbecue to really flare up, and we want to get a nice charred texture on here and flavor. So a little kosher salt, some fresh ground black pepper, and I have the barbecue on high, charcoal one. You could do it on a propane one. Either one is fine.
People are just joining now. They must be really confused on what you're making.
Yeah, you never seen a bowl like this before, right? And while this is cooking, takes only about 2 minutes. The shrimp a few minutes longer than that. But then when we come back in, we're going to make the dressing for it. Really, really simple. All right, ready, Chris? Let's head to the barbecue.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I am just going to take the lettuce just like this, right on here. And you want to keep after it. You want to keep turning it so it doesn't get too charred. Okay? And I'm going to take these zucchinis. Just put them right over here.
The Long Branch Library is hi from Long Branch.
Hello. That must be Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Pleasure working with you.
Aunt Prudy says hello. Hello.
Hi, Aunt Prudy.
And Galex, can you do it in the oven under the broiler?
Absolutely. You can change this around however you want. And then we're going to get the shrimp right on here, just like this. These, the shrimp, a couple minutes. They're on the smaller side, so they won't take as long. But we want to get this nice and charred. Just going to close this for a second. And I'm going to tell you about a few things that we have coming up. in September, we have a apple festival, so check your local library for that. October, we have a harvest festival where we're going to do some baking, some cooking. And then in November, we have a Thanksgiving festival. And then around the holidays, a baking festival. So we're going to do about 3 different cookies that day. So let me just keep after these vegetables here. See, the romaine cooks pretty quick. Okay, you just want to get a nice charred texture on it. You want to get these kernels of corn just nice and cooked. Just move those zucchinis around a little bit. Having the olive oil on here, it's going to make it flare up, which is going to give it that nice charred texture on here. And then when we do go inside, we're just going to make a light salad dressing. Okay. When we're done making the dressing, I have another dish that we're going to make, and it is a peach, prosciutto, goat cheese, basil on a flatbread. It has a balsamic drizzle. And then we're going to do baby key lime pies. Really good. Go ahead, Chris.
Lisa says, hello, Rob. Thanks. Emily says, hello, Chef Rob. Mom County Library says, so happy to see you both today. Rena said, glad you and we all made through the storm with power. Donna said, love grilled veggies. And Lisa X, you don't need to salt the zucchini first? And Susan said, looking forward to joining you all for all the upcoming fall festivals.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. So everybody, the lettuce, the way that is, I'm just going to take that off. I'm just going to move that zucchini around, toss that corn. Let's just flip these shrimp here. We just want to get them just cooked through, and that is it. If they're real large shrimp, you can cut them up. If they're not too large, you can leave them whole. Okay.
Janelle said, wow, I never would have guessed that you can grill lettuce.
A grilled lettuce Caesar salad. Hello, Janelle. How are you? How was Maine, Janelle? See, I have to keep track of everybody where they go on vacation, you know. Okay, look at these zucchinis, how they are. Those are perfect. I just want to give them about another minute right here.
Peter and Candy said, can't wait for the flatbread as I have all the products.
Oh, great. We're going to do that next. So if you're making it with me, turn on your oven to 450 degrees. Get yourself out a baking sheet and either parchment paper or a piece of aluminum foil, whatever you want to bake it on, okay? We're also going to take the flatbread and we're going to put it into a pan, a saute pan. So we're just going to get it nice and crisp just to start, okay? Make sure those peaches are ripe too, although it's a little too late now, right? Okay.
Janelle said Maine was amazing and way too crowded.
Way too crowded. I heard that about Vermont too. Yes. It's getting crowded everywhere. Everywhere.
Robert says, looks like a light, healthy summer dish.
Absolutely. And then we're going to put some avocado in it. We're going to put some corn in it. It's going to be really, really tasty. Perfect last taste of summer, like I said. And then we'll finish it off with some key lime pies. Baby key lime pies. I think I only did that one once, Chris. I never did that one at the library. I did it virtually. I think it was at Riverhead, if I remember right.
Let's see. Gail X. Chris, what are the dates for the fall festivals? I'm not sure. I don't have the answers, but I'm sure he does.
When we go inside, Gail, I will give you all the dates before we go, okay? I promise.
And Linda said, sorry, missed the beginning. No rub or seasoning on the shrimp?
Just a little kosher salt, black pepper, olive oil, and that is really okay. And just keep after the shrimp. Just want to make sure that they are cooked through. Getting a nice little char to them. Okay, that is exactly what I want for this salad.
And if anyone did miss the beginning, you could always go back after the program and rewatch
We leave it up for months. The libraries leave it up for a long time too. So please, always feel free to just keep going back and tell your friends and family to watch it too. Okay? Gail, I do know the Apple Festival is on September 25th. I got that stuck in my head. You know why? That was the day my wife and I met. And then the following one, October 23rd.
Your birthday.
Got that one. Yeah,
Yep.
my birthday. So that way, a festival with all these different libraries. That's pretty cool for my birthday.
Gail said thanks, but I want to make sure I didn't miss any.
Gail, you'll never miss any. I promise. Okay, the shrimp are just about there. Okay, and for anybody that likes it with a little bit of a kick, if you want to add a little cayenne, you want to add Old Bay seasoning, you could do that as well. But it does not need it, okay? Corn just another second here.
Heather said her birthday is on the 26th.
26, 3 days later, huh? And then our Thanksgiving one, if I remember right, November 20th, and that's at 3 o'clock. They're all Eastern time. I know we have some libraries that are from the Central time and Pacific time, so just check, okay? And then I believe our baking one is December. That one will be at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, I'm taking this corn off here. These shrimp are done. Look at that. And I'm just going to get these shrimp right here. And we'll let this cool just a little bit. While it's cooling, we'll go in, we'll make our dressing. And then this will be ready to enjoy. Okay, ready, Chris? Look at that,
yes.
Everybody. So everybody, I'm just going to leave this to the side for now, okay? And we're going to make a real simple dressing. Go ahead, Chris.
Let's see. Krista said, "Hey, Chef Rob, from your little friend Lacey. Hello, birthday twin. We love..." What was that?
Go ahead.
"We love catching you live, and we start school on Tuesday. Hoping for a kids-friendly dish maybe you could do soon for back to school."
Back to school. Some of the libraries have back to school muffins that I made, okay? Banana muffins, okay? So check it out. It's on YouTube. It's not a live one, though. So everybody, we're going to take, and Lacey, thank you. 9 weeks in a row you're watching me. Thank you. 3 tablespoons extra virgin.
Tom X, how long cooking time for the corn?
Just a couple minutes for this salad. I just wanted the kernels to get cooked. It was on a very high heat, but if you are doing it just as like for dinner, I would cook it a little bit longer, okay?
Huge bowl at the dollar store. If so, I need to check out the store.
No. This is even more than Five Below, okay? No. This I got at a restaurant supply store.
Gail, oh, sorry.
I'm going to put in some lemon juice. I want 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And this lemon here is pretty large, so I'm going to definitely get 3 tablespoons. Look at this juicer, how this really works a bit.
Gail X, will the October Festival also be available on video? Think depending on COVID, I'll be in Disney World on that date. Any of our food festivals, we always, whenever it's on Facebook, it's always on our page forever for 30 years, yeah.
Gail, I'll come to Disney and I'll do it as you guys kind of wander around the park, all right? Is that okay?
Sid said hello from Chicagoland.
Sid, welcome back. How are you, Sid? A little bit more kosher salt. So I have olive oil, lemon juice, kosher salt here. And I'm going to add a little bit of honey, but you could always add a little bit of the agave nectar, just something a little sweet. So this kind of gives it just a nice glaze.
Also,
it's about 1.5 tablespoons.
Also, Rena said I thought so.
Yeah, and then everybody just whisk this up just like this, okay? So I am going to cut the zucchinis, and everything's going to start to go into the bowl. I have a beautiful salad bowl right here. No, they're not too hot to handle. So I'm going to leave the lettuce just like this. And it has such a great, great summer healthy taste to it. Okay, I have the corn right here. The corn, what I'm going to do, just shave this right down. Okay, and if some of them stay together, that's fine. It just shows whoever comes over for maybe lunch or dinner, you're using fresh, not canned, right? It all looks good.
Janelle said, can't wait for your Gadgets and Gizmos program. Hate buying a device that doesn't live up to all the hype.
Save the receipt and bring it back then, right? Always. I know. But I have a lot of things for our Gadgets and Gizmos class. I am just going to cut this and just going to pop this into this large bowl right here. And this is a perfect day, at least on Long Island, to do this because we have had 2 days of just rainy, windy type weather. So hopefully we'll just have a lot of fun with everybody. Go ahead, Chris.
The Cutchogue Library asks, where do you buy your seafood?
When I used to work out in Cutchogue, it was brawn all the time. Right now, it could really depend where I am. All over the island, there's different places, but in Hampton Bays here, I buy it where it used to be called Corjay. It is now the Lighthouse, okay, right before the Ponquag Bridge. And they have some really...
Hey, last week we went and got our own seafood for free.
We did. Chris, my brother, and myself, we went out clamming, and we got 104 clams in about, what was it, about an hour and 20 minutes or so?
Around that, yeah.
Right? Really, really good. Okay, so I got this zucchini all chopped up here. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail said, thanks, Chris. And I generally go down for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. They offer cooking demonstrations, so I shall recommend that they contact you for next year.
Gail, I know you would. I just know you will. I'm going to take some nice tomatoes. 2 medium would be perfect. This one is actually pretty large, so I'm just going to use this one large one here.
Lisa said, I want one of those lemon presses. That looks like a great gadget. No more seeds in my food.
No more. This thing is great. Guess who gave it to me, Lisa?
I wonder. I don't know.
Chris. Yes. So let me just cut this into some nice chunks. And just kind of... You could toss everything. You can leave everything kind of separated. So if anybody doesn't like a certain thing, that is all good. Okay. I know Rhode Island and some in New Jersey and also in Connecticut got it. Massachusetts, they really got the storm bad. So I hope everybody is doing good there. I'm going to use a little bit, about a half of a butter leaf lettuce. Okay, always make sure you wash it really, really good. I'm just going to tear this up into little pieces. And then we got to get some avocado out. So the avocado, perfectly ripe, okay, takes about 3 to 4 days just to ripen it. I like to just kind of go right against the pit just like that. If you're not using this part here, just take plastic and put it right really tight on here and it will not turn on you, okay? And then just to kind of get the pit out, this one is loose. Just kind of go like that, pop it out. Just going to cut this right down the center. And I'm just going to cut it into little chunks and then just pop them right into the salad. Okay. Like that. California all over it, huh, Chris?
Yep.
Love avocados. So I know we have a lot of libraries that did our summer camp, and for 8 weeks we had it, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And now we are back to our food festivals. Okay, and then I'm going to put that corn right on top because I do want some nice color. And then we got to put the shrimp on top. Just like that. So we are going to start back into some of the libraries very, very shortly. And a lot of them we are still going to do virtually as well. And then here are the shrimp. Let's put these around. Like this. Again, you could take this, toss this all around. Or if you got company that somebody says, I'm not a zucchini fan of that. That's why you leave it a little separated. And then let's take the corn, put that right on top of here. Just kind of spread that all out. Really nice family dinner. Now with the dressing, what I would do is take about half of this and just drizzle it right on top here. Just like this. And just save some on the side because not everybody likes it really heavily soaked in the dressing. Okay, and then just take some, I'm using these tortilla strips, which are really, really good. And it just makes it really colorful. Put that right on top here.
Donna said that looks delicious.
Thank you, Donna.
And let's see. Heather X, can you cut up the romaine?
Can you? Absolutely, yes. What I would say is grill it the way I did it, okay? You come in, just kind of chop it up, okay? I'm just leaving it for presentation because having it kind of stick out like this, and you could take a knife and just kind of go in here and just cut what you want off in here, okay?
Sid said, we Midwesterners like virtual.
Yeah, I know you do, Sid, yes. Because I can't make it to your library. You're in Chicago. Okay, so this is our West Coast salad with shrimp, avocado, and corn. Okay, let's go on to the flatbread. The flatbread, I have made this in so many libraries. People love it. I did it probably about 5 years ago when I was in the libraries. And I'll show you different ways that you could change it around. Okay, the first thing I want to do is just turn this burner on with this pan right here. I'm just going to drizzle a little extra virgin olive oil right in the pan. And now I'm just going to take a flatbread. Any flatbread will do, okay? It doesn't have to be any certain brand. It's the one that you like to use, okay? Go ahead, Chris.
Gail said that looks wonderful. Next weekend's menu.
You're good, Gail. So I'm going to make 2 of these right here. This is a nice flatbread. This flatbread I actually got at Sam's Club. And I saw it, and it, you know, sometimes you just look at it and you say, it looks like it's going to be really, really good. The brand is Papa Pita, okay? Never heard of it, but I did use it yesterday, and it is very, very good. So let's just take some extra virgin olive oil and just kind of take a brush and brush it all around, just like that. And we're just going to get the bread nice and crisp. I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt, just a sprinkling.
Susan said, made the cookies and cream ice cream over the weekend, so rich and creamy. Forget about the store-bought ones.
Thank you, Susan. I'm glad you made that.
And did you make the bulgogi? I'm wondering how that turned out.
Uh-oh.
Because if it was good, she's got now she has to do the next class.
Yeah, everybody, last week, if you weren't with us, Chris did the cooking at the end, and I did the filming. That was fun. We had a fun day with it. So if you haven't seen it, if you go back to either your library or my Facebook page 1 week, you'll be able to see Chris do the cooking, and let me know how my film work was. I know some of you out there were watching, and how did I do, all right?
I did great.
You did. You're good.
The filming,
okay.
I don't know.
So I'm just going to wait for this pan to get nice and hot. Look at this beautiful basil I have right here. So I'm just going to tear some basil leaves off. Always take the basil and just put it in a little water, just like a bouquet of flowers.
She said, didn't make the bulgogi yet, was afraid we would lose power.
Especially with beef prices these days, right? You don't want to lose that beef, right?
Said, Chris did a great job. Thank you.
Okay, so I am just going to take some of these leaves right here off. You can either tear it or you can just kind of shred it.
Rena said I need that basil.
So I know we have some folks out there that are making this dish, I know, with me. Some of them made the last dish. Some will make just the key lime pie. Some of you are very risky. And you make it all with me. Beautiful peaches here. Right now we get the local peaches. The plug came out. You folks from New Jersey, I know Jersey fresh peaches. Hey, you guys have got it made, right? Those are some good peaches. I am just gonna wedge out some peach slices. I just kind of go right in here, right against the pit, and just kind of pop these right out.
Gail said, Chris, you are a perfect illustration of practice makes perfect. But you, Dad, also did well. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. Okay. So I'm just going to get a bunch of slices of peaches. So while I'm getting this bread nice and crisp and toasty, that's when you do all your prep work.
And Heather said, I'm growing purple basil this year. Delicious.
Oh, that is so good. I haven't had that in a long time, Heather. Do you live close by? Purple basil is excellent. Looks pretty. All that. Okay. I'm just going to take one more peach. I'm just making 2 of these right here.
Emily said, my sister-in-law grows purple basil in her garden.
Emily, you have some garden. You are unbelievable. I know you said your sister-in-law, but I know you just have...
Oh, it's actually Emily's stores.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Emily. Yep. My other Emily. Okay, so let's just take this flatbread. That, it is sizzling right now. I'm just going to get it a little toasty. And then I'm going to put it on some parchment paper. I gave it a little bit of a spray.
The Cut Jog Library said Wickham's has some beautiful peaches.
You are so right, Dawn. How are you, Dawn?
Also, Rena X, is purple basil also known as Thai basil, or are they also different?
Thai basil is green. Thai basil is could be very, very strong. You do find that around periodically. I know if you are somebody that goes to like a restaurant depot or something like that, they typically usually do have like a Thai basil. So you could always get that there.
Sid said last night I made a pad thai with peaches and grilled corn on the cob.
Oh, Sid. How long you staying in Chicago, Sid? You're going to be living by us soon, right?
Dawn said, I'm great, Rob. Thank you.
Good. Okay, I am just going to flip this right here. I don't want to burn it. See how it gets really nice and toasty right away? So I'm going to do 2 of them. So, as everybody was at work today or waiting for the class, I took some goat cheese out earlier because I want it to be room temperature. It just spreads on here really, really good, okay? And you use a lot less when you bring it to room temperature. See how that is? Just like that, nice and soft. It almost feels like it's a ricotta cheese. Okay, so that is perfect for this right now. So I'm just going to take this one off right now, put the other one in the pan.
Rena said, let's add pad thai as a lesson one day.
Rena, you want everything, don't you? I got a little bit of prosciutto here. So I have my goat cheese. I have some fresh peaches right here. And while this is cooking, let me go over about the balsamic syrup. Okay, you can make it yourself. Go ahead, Chris.
Sid X, do you have a spare room for me and a German Shepherd?
You, Sid. German Shepherd, I don't know. My wife's allergic to dogs, so sorry. We love dogs, though. My brother's got 2 Goldens. I'm just going to turn that over. See how quick it gets nice and toasted. What you can do is take about 1/3 of a cup. Just put it into a little pot just like this. Reduce it down until there's about 2 tablespoons left. The way you know it's ready is if you take a spoon and you go down and it comes out black, and then it is done. To make the balsamic syrup, what you could do is just take a little brown sugar or a little honey and add it to it and whisk it around, and it just kind of gives it a nice little balance between the acidity and a little sweetness. Go ahead, Chris.
You know what, just 1 second. Actually, everyone, something he said must have turned on our Alexa because it is now playing music. So sorry about this. Alexa, turn off music. First time that's happened.
That's crazy. What did I say that made start up? I don't want to say her name.
It's good music, though. I don't know what it was.
No. So these are our flatbreads, just like this right here. Okay. So just take just another little drizzle olive oil. Just gives it a nice richness to it. I'm going to take some of the right on here. And then you can layer this whatever way you want. After the goat cheese is on, you could put the prosciutto right on then, which I do, and then the peaches. You could put the basil underneath so it doesn't get burnt, or save the basil for the end and just kind of sprinkle it on top, and it looks really, really nice. So let me just take some of this goat cheese. See how nice and creamy it is? Now we have a nice goat cheese farm out by us, out in Balsamic. Dawn, you know that one. All right, I'm sure there's a few others out there. I haven't been out there in a little while, so I'm not too familiar with all of them.
Sid said his does that all the time, too. And Linda X, can you use balsamic glaze?
Balsamic glaze. Linda, I'm going to get right to that, but the answer, of course, is yes. Absolutely. And I recommend either making it or just buying some, okay? But it really brings this dish out, okay? Peaches and prosciutto, and it really does go well together, okay? So you don't need a whole lot of the goat cheese on here, just kind of a good smear.
The Cut Chalk Library said Carapano.
Catapano, yep.
Then Susan said Catapano Goat Farm in Peconic.
In Peconic, yes. Okay, let's take a little bit of the prosciutto. The oven turned on to 450 degrees. So what I want to do is I want the prosciutto to get a little bit crisp, okay? It's not going to get all the way crisp, but a little crispness on the edges. And I want this to kind of firm up and get a nice crispiness too.
Emily X, can I use cream cheese instead of goat cheese?
Emily, you can use whatever you want. Yes, absolutely, yes. And use as much or as little of the prosciutto as you like. I'm just kind of packing that down there. And now I'm just going to take the peaches and just fan it out right on here.
Peter and Candy said, I had this flatbread that used a jalapeno goat cheese as a base, and it was wonderful. Gave it a great taste. Catapano goat cheese is the best.
It's very, very good. Yeah, whenever you're out in Peconic, stop there. And I believe they sell it at a lot of the other farm stands.
Janice X, can you use something in place of prosciutto?
In place of prosciutto, I would actually just say just stick with the goat cheese, the basil, the peaches. You don't have to have the prosciutto, but it all kind of goes nice together. But if you're not a prosciutto fan, just leave it right out. So you can see how this is starting to look. You fan it out just like this. I got some extra peaches here, so just slide that over. So when I go to the libraries and I do something like this, I actually kind of count the peaches so I have enough on there, and I know everybody gets every slice, so it's fair to everybody. So I am just going to put this into the oven. This is the balsamic syrup. I'm going to go over that 1 second. Let me just pop this right in the oven. I want to get this prosciutto here nice and crisp, and then just this bread here crisp as well. So I'll be right back. So while we have this in the oven, we're just gonna wait a few minutes. We're gonna talk. So if anybody has any questions, comments, or things that you would like to see or do in the future, I do know in January we're doing a Zoom food festival. We're also doing the Facebook one, but we're doing a Zoom one, and we're going to do soft pretzels. Okay, so please watch for that one. And that one will be on a Zoom. I'm going to give everybody the menu of what we're going to do at all the other food festivals from September, October, November, and December. And then after this comes out of the oven, I'm going to slide over and we're going to make the baby key lime pies. Okay. So on September 25th, we are going to make a Fuji apple and cinnamon French toast casserole. It's really good. And then we're going to do apple pie donut muffins. If you haven't made them yet with me, please make them with me. And then we're going to do an apple arugula walnut salad with dried cranberries and blue cheese. So that is our apple festival, and that is Saturday, September 25th. October 23rd, you could send gifts, cards, whatever you want to me. Birthday, right? You know what? A lot of people take their birthday off, but to me, you know what? We have so much fun doing this and all that. I said it's not like it's a day of work. It's you know what? I'm spending with people that have been so great to work with, so many friends that are out there that watch every day. So that's why my birthday will be special.
But he's kicking me out of the house for the day. No.
And then, so on October 23rd, we are also going to do an autumn garden vegetable soup. And please make these dishes along with us. We're going to do a chopped fall salad, and it has apples, cranberries, and a maple cider dressing, and then a harvest pumpkin coffee cake. Go ahead, Chris.
Emily said my birthday's in January, and Lisa said my birthday is September 25th.
Do you guys want me to do a food festival on your birthdays too, so we even the score?
And also, Emily said you put it in the oven or the broiler?
I put it in the oven. I would not be able to talk with you if it was under the broiler right now. If you wanted to put it under the broiler and get it done pretty quick, put it towards the lower rack so you could watch it really carefully, but stay with it because it will go like that, okay? Even though it's on 450 degrees, you still have to keep an eye on it, okay? I'm going to go check on it in a minute. Go ahead, Chris.
Robert asked, your thoughts on cooking with air fryers?
Air fryers. I've done a few classes with air fryers. Buttermilk baked or air fried chicken. We did fried pickles, and we did air fried French fries too. So I think I have one more of those classes coming up, and it is in November. So keep an eye on my Facebook page, okay?
Lisa said I get the Apple Festival for my birthday.
That is great. The Thanksgiving Food Festival, which is on November 20th. That we are going to do a pears and mixed green salad with dried cherries, candied walnuts, and then and a balsamic dressing. And then we're going to do a turkey corn chowder. So that would be something that, if you've seen the turkey corn chowder, that you could make the day after Thanksgiving. Okay, it'd be perfect that way. If you're hosting Thanksgiving, if you're going over to somebody else's house, you might not be able to make it. And then we're going to make pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail asks, when is the Gadgets and Gizmos class?
I believe it's November 6th. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but Gail, I think so. We just wanted to make sure that you were back from Disney before we did that class. That was in our utmost importance.
And Donna said, I was going to say I would have put that in the air fryer. My air fryer has shelves, not the basket.
Oh, okay.
We have the air fryer for the...
We have the air fryer in the oven, and then we also have the portable one. The portable one came first. I do find, my personal opinion, I find the air fryer, the portable one, gets it a lot more crisp. To me, it's just like another button on the thing. It works good, but I think the regular air fryer that came out, that's the air fryer. So I'm just going to go check on that, Chris.
And Gail said thank you.
You're welcome. About 2 more minutes on that, and it will be just perfect. So I am just going to put a hot plate right over here. So when it comes out, we can put it on here, and I'm going to cut it up and show you how to serve it. So on December 11th, we're doing our holiday baking cooking class. We did that last year, and It was unbelievable. We had so many libraries. We had 18 different states doing it with us. And we are going, it's at 1 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to do sprinkle batter cookies. We're going to do blizzard white chocolate cookies. And then a holiday chocolate crackle cookie. Okay? So bake along with us that day. And I'm doing it earlier because everybody starts baking earlier and just does it through the day. So that was my reasoning for doing it earlier that day.
Let's see. Sid said, I like my Ninja Foodie Grill, which also air fries. And also, Emily said my stove has an air fryer, which I love.
And I remember you getting that, Emily. You had it before I did. Yeah. So, yep. No, they do work good in that, but I do prefer the little portable one if I have the choice. But if you have a whole tray and you want to air fry it, it's got to go in the oven air fryer. So I'm just going to go get these peach flatbread. So this is how it comes out. Okay, I'm going to let that just rest a minute there. So it has a nice crispness here. And you can see the prosciutto just kind of starting to get nice and crisp. So if you do want it a little more, just be careful you don't burn this here. Okay, you can always put a little foil over the edges too. Again, I just want to go over the balsamic vinegar. Use a dark balsamic vinegar. The white one is more a sweeter one, more for desserts. Take about 1/3 of a cup and just reduce it down. Okay, it's on a low heat until it just kind of, don't want to go through all that. You just go buy one of these bottles and it's all done for you. Okay, so either one.
Let's see. Mike said, this is my first class with you, and it looks like everyone has so much fun together. Are all of your live classes available only through the library, or is there another way to access the classes?
They are all through the library, so you must be through one of the libraries right now. So if it is through your library, just continue going to them, but always check out my Facebook page because not everybody does it every single month. We have some that do it every single month, and we have a good time. We meet here every month, right? We meet in our dining room,
Yep.
right, Chris?
Emily said, looks delish, and Susan said, or asked, Chris, did you escape from the room on Friday night? I did, yes. It was one of those escape rooms for anyone that was wondering. Yeah, it was fun. I had a little over a minute left out of an hour.
So everybody, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this right over here and just kind of slice in between the peaches. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to slice this into 4. Again, if you wanted the basil on earlier, you put the basil on underneath the prosciutto, something like that, so it doesn't get too charred, anything like that.
Mike asks, what is your Facebook page?
It is Simply Creative Chef Rob.
And Sid said, I've done 5 escape rooms, won all 5. Yeah, they're fun.
I could tell you got out of the escape room, Sid, because you're here every Monday. Everybody, I'm taking some fresh basil now, and I'm just going to sprinkle that right on top of this right here. And then you just take a little bit of this balsamic syrup and just lightly drizzle it because not everybody likes it too strong. And it has a really nice taste. And if you want it, if you go to a restaurant, it costs about $14. And if they do something like that, it now costs $16, right?
Yep.
So I'm putting this right next to the West Coast salad with the shrimp, avocado, and the corn.
Emily said, you deserve it. You're a young man. Donna's ex, would you consider that an entree or a dessert?
I would consider it more an appetizer to a lunch, something like that. But you know what? If you take these two and you sat down tonight for dinner, I think it's all good. And then you finish it off with some baby key lime pies. That's perfect, right?
And Gail X, your cooking/baking camp and festivals are also available directly through your Facebook page, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still on my Facebook page. And also a lot of the libraries still have them up too. So check it out. So everybody, let's move over and do the baby key lime pies. Go ahead and zoom in here.
Also, Rena X, where can you buy the balsamic syrup? In a regular supermarket or just a restaurant supply store?
A regular supermarket, Costco has it. I think Sam's Club has it. Probably a Lidl, Aldi, and the regular supermarkets. Restaurant supply store, that's where I got it because it's a large size.
Carol said, I made the little baby lime pies this afternoon and I thought they were delicious.
Oh, great. So we had somebody that jumped on us and did it beforehand.
Yeah.
You know what? I did too. So I made some, so I'll show everybody what it looks like. So I have my food processor here. If you don't have a food processor, don't worry. Possibly a blender, depending on how strong yours is. If not, you can also take it and you can take a rolling pin. Put them inside a bag, a Ziploc bag, and they will come out really, really good.
Sid X, how long does it keep?
The key lime pie?
I believe so, yeah.
A couple days it will be fine. So I want to take about 10 graham cracker crumbs, just like this. You want the whole sheet, and then you're going to make it into the crumbs. And it's funny, it comes with 9 in there, Chris. So you have to open a whole pack because of 1.
They fooled you.
They fooled me. So this will make 16 of the medium size little key lime pies. So if you see, I have little lime just like that. So you do need your extra tray out. I'm just going to put this top on, lock it, and it will be a little noisy, so pardon the noise.
Oh, Sid X, he said actually the balsamic. How long does that last?
Oh, months and months, Sid. Months. Keep it in the fridge, it's fine. Okay, a lot of times for some odd reason, they give you a few extra chunks and they just do not crunch up, which is all fine. I always put 1 extra in there. So now you're just going to take this mixture right here, pour it into this bowl. So that is about 10 right there. I have 6 tablespoons of butter that is melted but starting to come together, so I just want to make sure it's melted all the way. So I'm just going to put this right in here, and then I want 1/3 of a cup of sugar.
Peter and Candy X, does balsamic refrigerated?
No, you don't have to do it. I just prefer, some things when they've been opened, if you have a damp place, something like that, it can get a little, turn rancid a little quicker. So I just want to be careful. So now we have the graham cracker crumbs. We have the 6 tablespoons of butter and 1/3 cup of sugar. You could take a spatula like this or your hands, and you just want to kind of make a little bit of a paste. These are really good. If you have the little phyllo cups, you can make really little mini ones too. Okay. So I am just going to kind of mix this a little more together. And what you do is take a little bit of this mixture and go around and drop it into 16 of these little cups here. Just make sure you get all that butter mixed in here, okay? So I'm just going to drop some right in here. Make sure you leave enough to go around to all 16 because you will have plenty of filling for it. And only 4 ounces of cream cheese seems like, oh, is it going to make it that many? But it really does. Now, this is the point where you want the oven turned on at 350. And you're just going to bake these for 5 minutes. Once they come out, just let them cool, get to room temperature, and then you're going to make the key lime filling. I should say lime filling because we don't get the key limes really much around here. I have seen them, but hardly ever do you. Florida, California, the tropics, you get it there. But I am using a key lime juice, so that will give it that nice flavor. Them down. So now you go around this little bit of extra, just kind of see anywhere that might look like it's a little bit low. And now just kind of take it and pack it down. Okay, because that's going to form a nice crust at the bottom. Again, 5 minutes, 350. Let them come to room temperature. And in the meantime, we'll make the custard. I'm going to get the other one out of the refrigerator that I made earlier so you could see how it is, because you don't want to wait the extra 15 minutes to watch it cool. Unless you do, I don't mind. Hey, I'm home, right? Okay, let me just pop these right into the oven. And then we're going to make the filling. See, that's the way it is. See how it's really packed in there really good? You don't have to bring it up along the sides. Okay, let me just move this out of your way, Chris. So it's easy filming. A couple hours ago, wanted it to be room temperature, so it's really soft. I'm just squeezing that right out. Try to use the full fat. It really does make a big difference in this, okay? So I'm just going to beat this for about 1 minute, and then we're going to add some other ingredients to it. While I'm beating this for the 1 minute, I'm just going to show you the key lime juice that I am using. Go ahead, Chris.
Galex, what brands of balsamic glaze and lime juice do you use?
The lime juice, it's this one right here. The balsamic one is Supremo Italiano. And that one, Gail, I do get at Restaurant Depot. But they're, you know, the ones in the supermarket, they're good. Just make sure it's not the store brand. It's a little more upscale. Because the balsamic vinegars, there's so many different ones, and it really does matter. So you're going to beat this on high for just 1 minute. Then we're going to put in 4 egg yolks. You want a white omelet tomorrow morning for breakfast? Because I'm going to have 4 whites left.
Why not? Gail said thanks.
You're welcome, Gail. Just separate these eggs. Just put the yolk in another. You can actually put it right in there. We're going to be using some sweetened condensed milk soon. Okay, now that really shop around for, because some of the prices I've seen from $1.69. So be really careful, because food prices are really expensive. So we want 4 egg yolks in this.
Sarah X, do you have written recipes?
Written recipes. For these dishes, I guess you are saying, Sarah, or asking about? Yes, either my Facebook page, which is Simply Creative Chef Rob, or the library that you joined this program from, okay? Okay, so I'm going to leave this to the side. I'm just going to beat this until it is combined. I'm just going to take a 1/2 cup of this key lime juice. If you want to use a regular fresh lime and squeeze a lot of them, it will work, okay?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to get this to where it's combined.
Susan said Lidl had sweetened condensed milk for $1.09 last week.
That's unbelievable. That's a great price.
And Emily said the dollar store has some condensed milk.
Wow. Wow. That's good. Two good shoppers out there, Chris.
Yeah.
Two of our favorite people.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going against the sides right here. Now I'm just going to pour this right in here. We did a class the other night. We made some cream with this. We also made a cookies and cream ice cream. Just make sure you get everything out of the can. Okay. It's a little thick, but just watch it. Make sure you check the bottom. Okay. And now put in the lime juice. Half cup. And you just want to get it to where it is combined. So scrape down the sides of the bowl. Okay. Put this to the side. And now, when they are cool, they are going to look just like this. So this is really nice and solid. So what you would do is start to pour some of this in. You could fill it pretty high too. Just like that. They do need about 15 to 20 minutes to get really cold and kind of firm up. Okay, but you will get 16 of these. It's like exact. And these here are the ones that I made earlier, and you could see, firm, okay. And then you could always take these and put a little bit of whipped cream on top, a little slice of lime on the side if you like. This really is the last taste of summer, Chris, huh?
It is.
Is it unbelievable?
Yeah.
So I am just gonna take these 6 here. Just kind of make this plate look a little fancy. And this again are the ones that I made earlier. Actually, I'm gonna do 4. I like to give it room. Don't like to crowd the plates. I'm gonna get a little bit of whipped cream. Put a little of this right on top here, just like that.
Heather X raw egg yolks.
Raw egg yolks, you know, sometimes we break the rules.
It's like tiramisu.
Yeah. Tiramisu, raw eggs. Yeah, as long as you feel comfortable with it, it is okay. You know, we ate them as kids, right? We're still here. So just put some limes around it like that, just so it looks really nice and summery.
Susan X, some lime zest for color on top.
Why not, Susan? Absolutely.
You can put some graham cracker crumbs on top.
So Chris, I'm going to bring this over and bring it in front of the dishes. And if anybody has any questions or comments, please ask them. So, we'll start with our peaches and prosciutto flatbread with goat cheese, balsamic syrup, basil. And this is our West Coast salad with shrimp, avocado, and corn. And this is our key lime pie tarts.
Let's see. Gail said Amazon has a Supremo Italiano balsamic glaze. It's marked Amazon's choice. They also have the Nelly and Joe key lime juice.
Okay.
Maggie said, I need to make these little lime pies for Mom's birthday.
Hello, Maggie.
Emily said, I love dessert. And Peggy X, does the lemon juice have any effect on raw eggs?
The lemon juice, not really. No. It's not going to make it kind of cook or something like that. Like, because I know, like, if you put lemon juice in a marinade on chicken, the chicken starts to kind of like get a cooked texture to it, but it doesn't really cook the egg of that.
And Emily said everything looks yummy.
Thank you, everybody.
And Susan said all looks delish.
Thank you so much. So everybody, all you libraries and patrons, please go to the libraries, visit them, watch them virtually. They work so hard. They do such a great job, and they're such a pleasure to work with. And I've made so many new friends over these last year and a half, and then so many from the 10 years of doing this in person. Go ahead, Chris.
Full and informative demo as usual, Rob. Thank you. Rena said, for a vegan guest, could we grill tofu for them to have on top of the salad?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, that'd be perfect, Rena.
Rita said, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cut Drug Lottery said, thanks for another great class.
Thank you, Dawn.
Alice said, thank you, looks delicious. Gail said, everything always looks not only delicious, but beautiful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Nancy said, the recipe says to bake for 15 to 16 minutes. Is that correct?
It is just to, I'm sorry, you just have to refrigerate them. You don't have to bake them. If you want to bake them in the tart, you certainly, and it would just be for about 12 to 14 minutes at the most. Make sure they don't get browned if you do want to bake it, okay?
Peggy says, thank you, always an informative demo. Marianne said, thank you so much for another great session. Rena said, thank you. Gail said, thank you so much, Rob and Chris. So many delicious recipes. Marcia says, always looks great. Donna said, awesome recipes.
Thank you.
Jerry said, this is my first time watching. Can't wait to try the recipes.
Great.
Gail said, I'm here tonight through the Rockville Center Library. They always do a great job. Thanks to them for offering all your programs.
Thank you.
The Monmouth County Library says, so beautiful. You make everything a great team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Felix and Oscar, right?
Yeah, sure.
Chris is saying, who's Felix and who's Oscar? Do you remember the show?
Yeah, Oscar's the grumpy one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm Felix. No.
Yeah, you're the neat guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you, everybody, for always watching. Bye-bye. Stay well.